told you, Kenny Bolin, I told you the first time I ever met you and the first time we talked, bro.
Yeah.
That you had a friend for life and that I wasn't going anywhere and that I was sincere and that I was true. And you and I may not talk every day, but I think when we do talk, bro, it's kind of like we just spoke a week ago, right?
I would agree with that. But where was I going with this conversation? You remember when I was bragging about being on your network and how much money I made in November, December, and January?
Right.
I gave you a number, and I'll keep my number private. And I know that you've yanked in some jack, and your new adventures you're doing very well on. We've talked about that, but we might need to investigate what the hell Spider Murphy's doing. Listen to what this little son of a bitch has done here lately. He went to, let's name all the stuff you've done. He went to Smackdown Live.
Yeah,
he went to Smackdown Live events, and he tried to tell me that he had comped front row seats. He tried that story at first. And then he said he had connections with Al Snow with collar and elbow, and that I said, no. You didn't get comped front row seats, hard camera on SmackDown. So finally he had to come clean. Because Spencer has a trouble telling the truth. We've covered that on some previous shows. So what the fans are telling me, from what they know, they said that Murphy here dropped about 400 on a front row seat, not to mention all the extras. He probably left with one of the gimmick title belts. Lord knows what all he hauled out of there with. He took the chair home. I didn't even know they let you take the chair home on SmackDown. So we know he dropped about $600-700 there. And then, to my surprise, Vince, he went to New Orleans down south. And you know what he was doing? He went to Mania. And I think he had lower level seats. And I think from what a little birdie told me, he dropped about $600-700 on his seats at Mania. Not to mention all the BS sideshows he went to while he was there. Not to mention all the gimmicks he bought. So I'm thinking he's out of money. He's mortgaged his car. He's mortgaged his house or something. But no, he wasn't done. Now he goes down to Nashville for this Walking Dead convention. And he's getting pictures, and I know these guys. I guess I better put the filter back on. I just heard it pop. Oh, that was even worse. But no, he went down there, and he's getting photos with all the big stars down there. And they charge about $25-50 a pop. He had a 10-minute conversation with the Penguin. The Penguin charged big money for that, the guy from Gotham. Murphy, what are you doing? What kind of money are you making at AT&T? Tell Vince how you're making your jack. We want in on it.
Well, now some of that was a little over the top. It wasn't that much money. I promise you that was spent on all those tickets and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's all the hearsay.
Bro, seriously, because I still I didn't get past the $400 for SmackDown. So how much did you pay for SmackDown? Seriously, bro.
It was close. It was about $250.
Oh my, bro, are you serious? I'm not gonna sit here and rip SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would not, bro. There's nothing in the world I would pay $250 to see, bro. I wouldn't pay $250 to be in the front row for Rihanna. I mean, 250. I mean, bro, serious. Okay, let me ask you this: did you get $250 out of it?
I feel like I did. It was a good. It was actually a decent show for the most part. It's one of the better SmackDown shows in the past few weeks.
You realize it's televised, and Vince and I saw the show.
Over the past few weeks. It was one of the better shows
because you were there, because you were feeling the vibe. You got to mark out, root for all your faves, and unless Shinsuke got 9 violin artists to escort him to the ring, then you got ripped off.
That was the first night of his new theme song, by the way, and you had the Miz doing the Miz TV.
I saw.
I mean, it was a decent show.
All right, so
bro,
now
$250. I mean, seriously,
I'm figuring he dropped in the neighborhood of $2,500 on 3 shows over the past month. But yet he still owes me the $250. He did return my credit cards, by the way. They're laying around here somewhere.
We settled up. What are you talking about? We settled
up. You might have settled up. I don't think we did. I took what I could get out of you, thinking you were broke and penniless. And then the next thing I know, you're touring the damn country, paying outrageous. When you go into Raw, that's the only one you ain't been to.
I went to Raw for Mania. I went to Raw for Mania. Yeah.
Oh, what did that cost you? What did that cost you?
What was that?
That was about $85. I was lower level, but I wasn't ringside.
You didn't do front row hard camera for that one, huh?
No,
that didn't have any connections. Al Snow didn't have any hookups at Raw. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I didn't ask Al Snow for that. So.
Vince, should we just have him medically induced into a coma? Should we have some type of brain surgery done on him? What do you do with this guy?
I don't know, bro. That's a lot of money to go to a wrestling.
A lot of money. What do you got going on? What are the new projects? Any changes coming to the Russo network? What have you got that you'd like?
No, I just been, I still do my show every day. But I've been doing a lot of Twitching lately. I just got on Twitch like WrestleMania weekend. I just got on Twitch for the first time, and I've been doing that daily too, bro. So between the podcasting and Twitch, plus Rocky Mountain Pro, we got a local TV deal, and our first show is going to be.
I saw you invited an old friend of mine from OVW there. I don't know if they accepted your invitation or not.
Yeah, so we got our first show coming up June 3rd. So like I was literally writing some television shows today.
All right. Now I got to hold you up there a second. You said your first show. I have watched a couple of your shows
on TV, on local TV.
Oh, you're on local television now. What were you on before? Because I saw
we just on, I think, the Fight Network online. Yeah.
What's the local TV network you're on out there?
Local TV network. It's Channel 3 here in Denver, but we're also going to be showing the show on Twitch in its entirety, so people will be able to see it wherever they are.
Wave 3 is the channel. It was the first channel here in Louisville, Kentucky ever. Wave 3 went on the air in like 1955.
Yeah.
And Channel 3 is a big deal here in Louisville. I'd assume that's a big channel in Denver.
It's great here, man. I mean, I think the potential reach is something like 105 million people.
What are the call letters?
Oh shit, I got the card. I think I got the card right here.
Our Channel 3 is WAVE Channel 3 Louisville.
I'm not even sure, bro. I'm not sure what the call letters are.
Call letters out, so people
I should know that. I need to keep that card handy.
All right. Well, I assume, being as you're a Denver man, that you know those call letters off your heart, like I know.
Bro, I got a hard time remember Channel 3. You think I'm going to remember a series of letters?
You remembered the number, and you feel like a lot of people feel that way. See, back in the day when I watched television, we had 2 or 3 channels. We had Wave, WHAS Channel 11, which was CBS back then, and WLKY 32, which was ABC back then. And when they switched, our city went nuts because all the ABC programming went to where CBS was. All the CBS programming went, and then Fox got in the mix in 1990 and just threw this.
I swear, Kenny, when I went to Evansville, when I first went to college in Evansville, so I guess it was, 1980.
I used to know that, and I forgot.
Yeah, when I went to Evansville in 1980 as an absolute shoot, my wife's parents didn't have a lot of money, so they didn't have cable. And I'll never forget in 1980 going over a house and they had 3 freaking channels.
Yeah,
I'll never forget that ever.
That's funny you say 1980. That was the 81 is the year I first got cable. Jimmy got it slightly ahead of me in Middletown because he was close in the suburbs of Louisville. And then LaGrange, 22 miles further out, it took me about another year to get it. And I went from 3 channels to, well, we had 4 because we had Fox. So we went from 4 channels, but we had a great antenna and amplification system. So we also watched Cincinnati, Evansville, Indianapolis, Nashville, and occasionally Paducah. And all those shows had wrestling on in them. And we would pick up local wrestling from all those towns, even though Evansville and Louisville were the same.
Now, how did you adjust those? How did you adjust the antenna? I mean, did you have to adjust it every time you wanted to go to a different channel? How'd you do that?
I know. Well, back when I was a kid, Dad would send me out to turn the antenna, and he'd tell me when the picture was clear, and I got to come back in the house. But when I moved to Main Street, I lived on the highest point in LaGrange, Kentucky, in Oldham County. So I'm already on the highest point. Plus, I'm in a 2nd-story apartment. And we put a roof up on top of the fire department's roof, which was like 3-4 stories high. So me and Jimmy went up there and put that antenna up, put a rotor on it for like $59. And I just turned a little knob down in my bedroom, and that little knob had a little light on it, and it would tell me which direction it was turning the antenna. And when the picture was clear, you locked it, stopped it in, and space age technology back then. No one knows what a rotor is now.
Yeah.
We're going to have a great interview here if we keep Spider Murphy out of it. What do you think? Now that we've heard how much money we blow.